Don't compare yourself to these people, right? My friend Sakai told me one of the it's 3 keys to keeping people impoverished. That's taking away their esteem, taking away their resources, and taking away their role models. My role models are artists, merchants. There's less than 10 that I can name in history. Truman, Ford, Hughes, Disney, Jobs, West.
This is Kanye West, or more accurately, it used to be. A name that doesn't exist anymore, as now he just goes by Ye, his nickname. But why? The name Kanye West had built so much reputation over the last almost 20 years. And I don't care who you are, what your music taste is, or anything like that. You have definitely heard of the name Kanye West. And if not, you at least have felt the influence of the man who held this name. I'm sure everyone watching has their own favorite music artist or favorite music genre. We live in a landscape of plethora of diverse artists and music. People may have forgotten where these artists come from. Just like you and me, these artists had their own favorite artists, had their own inspiration. They were inspired by something. And if we are to be honest, most likely than not, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper is Kanye West. And I'm not the only one to hold this opinion.
Kanye forced people to evolve how they listen to music. When Kanye dropped even Yeezus, what he did there was force music fans to be open to different type of non-traditional ways of how music blended. That's why Kanye's so great. Kanye's kids are running this and derivatives of Kanye's kids are running this. Let's be very clear. This is why Kanye, no matter what, if he gets his sucked on 39 boats, you're gonna say Kanye is the GOAT. Kanye forced, like what y'all listen to now is because of Kanye West. That's what the top rapper does. That's a fact. When they're innovative, get to bring people to other places, introduce them to other things and other artists. So essentially, that's why Kanye is so great.
But what is it that makes Kanye such an influential piece of this industry, and how did he become this? In this video, I will cover how Kanye West was able to become one of the greatest artists of our generation, as well as his fall from grace, as many people might consider it, and most importantly, his potential comeback into once again becoming that loved and respected artist that the world has come to know. Now, first and foremost, the glory. Now, if you asked me to describe Kanye in one word, I would give you two. One, I would say he's reliable. And second, I would say he's unreliable. Now, the reason why I say he's reliable is because throughout his career, he has been able to masterfully deliver albums that are the highest quality possible. From Yeezus to the Graduation trilogy, Watch the Throne, Donda, Yay, Jesus is King. At least one of these albums is going to be somebody's favorite. And of course, the other ones I didn't mention. Now, the reason why I say unreliable is because, to be completely honest, this man is a liar. All these albums I mentioned, every single one of them has been delayed. Even his very first one, The College Dropout. And honestly, that could be understandable, but they were delayed by months, if not almost a full year of when they were promised to be released to the public. And honestly, the one thing that would be understandable is like, okay, we love these albums because they took so much time to be able to be made into the perfect albums that we know and love, right? But no, sometimes we don't even get these albums that were promised. We all know, Kanye fans, that even if he himself, Kanye, says that an album is coming out and when it's coming out, to not expect that album to come out at that time, and to not even expect that album to come out at all. We all know what happened with the incidents of Good Ass Job and Yachty. And honestly, although this was really annoying to fans, this is not that bad. At the end of the day, Kanye is the artist, so he can decide whether or not it's time to put out his projects, whether they are worthy to be put out or not. So at the end of the day, this is just an inconvenience for fans. So we all know that Kanye is very capable of making good music. That's without question. No matter whether you hate him or you like him, you can't really argue that. The thing in question is, who is Kanye the artist versus who is Kanye the person? Many people throughout the years, such as myself, have honestly loved Kanye's personality. Although a bit much at times, his cocky and funny personality have been part of the reason why people love him so much. The fact that he was so charismatic even at the start of his career has been able to really help him stay in the media and in the eye of the public. I truly do believe that this is what Kanye is like in real life and not just a persona as many people put out there in social media nowadays. But as I mentioned, more often than not, a lot of people do end up disliking Kanye because he does go too far with his antics, causing controversy for himself. For example,
the thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
Yeah, so there's that. But who cares, right? I mean, Kanye fans don't, right? At the end of the day, a legend will always be a legend, and Kanye West is still loved by his community. Now I know, before you guys say, Los, you're not telling me anything groundbreaking here. I wanted to keep this part of the video short. We already know why we love Kanye, but you don't need me to tell you that. Yes, I could go into the nitty gritty and analyze every album and every bit of his actions that we love, but this is not the video for that. That's not why I'm here. But I do plan on potentially making a series about each individual album. I'm not so sure. But then again, that's not why we're here, so we're going to move on. Long story short, not everybody loves Kanye, but we do know that Kanye loves Kanye, and most importantly, the fans love Kanye. That is, though, until recently. Which brings us to the next part of this video. Now, I'm going to try not to make too many jokes in this section of the video, as some of these topics are a bit sensitive. Some of these things that happened to Ye have been really heartbreaking to see as a fan, and as really like someone who was inspired by Ye, it's really sad to see how he went down this path. So, quick little recap. Kanye's descent into the darkness started all with his divorce with Kim Kardashian, and then leading into their messy divorce. Obviously, at first, the divorce was going pretty alright. We got Donda. He seemed to be taking it pretty well. But then afterwards, they were having issues co-parenting. Even the fact that he wasn't able to see his kids, which really drove him, which obviously made him really upset. It was so bad that he wasn't even allowed to see his daughter on her birthday, and the only reason that he was even able to go to the party was because Travis Scott gave him the address.
I'm just putting this online because I need y'all support. I didn't call Kim, texted nannies. I got on the phone with Tristan. He said, he asked Chloe, won't nobody give me the address to my daughter's birthday party right now? And that's going to imprint in her mind that I wasn't there for her. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was supposed to be in Miami recording my album. My whole schedule is all based around me being able to take my kids to school, me being there for them, making sure that I'm in their life. That's the whole point of having money. They take so many fathers just throughout America. They've been taking the fathers out the homes purposely. So I'm speaking up. I'm using my voice to say, this ain't gonna keep happening. This narrative is not gonna happen. It's a lot of people that's not in a position where they ain't got no voice when people be playing games like this. Baby mamas be playing games. The grandmama be playing games like this. And it's like, as y'all know, they ain't finna play like that with me. Yeah. Yo, I'm so happy right now. I just came from Shy's party, and I just gotta shout out to Travis Scott for sending me the address and the time and making sure that I was able to spend that birthday memory with my daughter.
As we saw clearly, this story had a happy ending. It's really heartwarming seeing Travis Scott being able to help out his idol and get him to his daughter's birthday party. But even though I'm not going to cover everything that happened, because we all know what happened with Kim and Kanye's divorce, we do know that after this, things didn't go out very well, as he still had trouble seeing his kid. All of this led up to him one night going on a Twitter tangent and us getting tweets like this. Now, I'm not going to say that Kanye's actions and words were acceptable, but they sure as shit were understandable. If my wife left me, cheated, took the kids, I'm crashing out just like Ye, if not worse. Now, I don't want to extensively cover the divorce, but I did want to mention it as now we know Kanye's driving factor that led him up to this. This all finds us in the era that we are currently in, which is the Vultures era. Earlier this year, Ye dropped Vultures 1, which had mixed receptions as people really thought that it was Ye's weakest album, although it did have a hit, a number one hit being Carnival, as well as some other songs being received well. And personally, I like the album. It's not my favorite album ever. It's not even my favorite Ye album ever. But even till this day, I go back and listen to some songs. I really like some of the songs. I love the intro, I love Stars, and I do love the outro as well, being King. I think that it's some pretty good music. And I know it's not Ye's best work, but I don't think it's Ye's worst work at the same time either. I don't think there is a piece of Ye that I could call his worst work. I think every bit of his discography has its own touch of Kanye because he is a good artist. He knows how to make music. He's been doing this for a long time. With Vultures 1, we did also get Vultures 2. Although the album was delayed several times, we eventually did get it. Although this album was not received well at all at its release, it saw more backlash by fans of Ye than Vultures 1 did. Even though I enjoy the album now, I do admit that at its release form there were issues as the album was clearly unfinished. But how is this possible? This was a Kanye album. Kanye clearly pays so close attention to making sure his albums are perfectly crafted and making sure that they're done to the best of his ability. How could he release an album that is clearly has so many issues? The answer to this question leads us to the most upsetting and dark part of this story. Around this time, Kanye had acquired himself a new pair of grills that were permanent. While in the procedure of getting these grills, Ye was exposed to nitrous oxide. Now I need to let y'all know that what I'm about to say is all alleged, but it would explain all of Ye's actions lately. During this procedure, Kanye may or may not have gotten addicted to nitrous oxide. Now getting addicted to any drug is terrible, but nitrous is especially terrible as it literally makes you brain dead. There are many videos and pictures just like this one that show Ye using nitrous oxide and talking about how he loves it so much.
I was at the dentist's office the other day. I was taking a nitrous oxide. I suggested if anybody's like stressed out.
Ryan Garcia, this Ye, I'm on the nitrous.
Kanye's brain was slowly deteriorating, and we could see it in his work with Vultures 2. But how was this possible? How could Kanye West get addicted to such a low-end drug? Well, apparently Kanye was being manipulated by his dentist. Once he got the grills, Kanye really liked the nitrous, so instead of being provided just a small bit like he should have for the procedure, he was given plenty. Apparently he even had his dentist move in with him so he could provide him nitrous all the time. This really explained everything, as this was not the Kanye we knew and loved. That's why he was saying all these things and doing all this. That is why the work on Vultures 2 was clearly so unfinished. It's because his brain wasn't working at the maximum capacity. I mean, how is it possible that we went from Jesus is King to this?
Reach for the popcorn, oops, that's my cock.
But there was a light at the end of the tunnel, which leads us to the final part of this video. Sometime after Vultures 2 came out, Kanye had been going all over Europe, hosting listening parties for the album. People were noticing that during these listening parties, Kanye was actually looking a lot more healthier, a lot more happier. Something was different, but we didn't know what. Could he have been off the nitrous? There were reports that Ty Dolla $ign got him off it, but we didn't know for sure. Ye looked happier, and we were all happy about this, but all of a sudden, he started posting on his social media some videos. He was showing himself playing the keys and playing very good, showing us some snippets of some songs he was working on. Could he really be back? Kanye West, the producer, was really in his zone again. This got fans just like myself very excited until this all eventually led up to this.
Got a new album coming out. The album is called Bully.
It was really time. We were back. Kanye was back. Now, we don't know much about this album, but we do know one thing, that it is going to be very different. We are officially no longer in the Vultures era. Kanye is clearly focused, as reports are that he fled to Tokyo to work on this album. Him being seen with Baby Keem and other artists, this album is going to be something very special. He hit a low point, and I think he knows this himself. He doesn't really need to prove anything to anyone, but honestly, I feel like he's trying to prove to himself that he's still got it. That is why I think this album is going to be very, very special. We were given snippets of two songs, Beauty and the Beast and Preacher Man. These songs both sounding very beautiful and sounding just like Kanye back in his old prime. Throughout his career, Kanye has been able to give us some of the best songs in hip hop of all time, and I really think that he really focuses on this album and gives it his 100%. I think not only will we get a classic, but also generational album, as I think that not only is he trying, but he might be desperate to try harder than ever before, as we have never seen Jay in a position like this. Now, although there is no official release date, it seems that this album is coming soon. We did get a cover said by Ye, although we're not sure if this is going to be the official one, but we are sure that this is something that is in the works and most likely is not going to be one of the albums that gets canceled or anything like that. I truly do believe that we're about to get a classic generational album. Something else that tells me that this album is real and actually going to come out is because we can actually pre-order it right now. So I really think that we're going to see this album really soon before the end of the year, giving us our third Ye album of the year. What do you guys think? Are we back, or is this going to be another Vultures 2 situation? I personally am very excited. I am so happy to see that Ye is finally back, and it seems like he's healthier. It seems like he's off the nitrous, and I'm just so happy because honestly, even if we didn't get an album, he really didn't deserve to go out like that. He really didn't deserve to be addicted to such a low-end drug. He didn't deserve to be addicted to any drug, but especially like something like nitrous that literally makes you brain dead. I'm so happy to see him finally coming back to his prime and coming back to what he loves to do, which is making music. That's all the information I have right now for you guys, but as soon as we get more, I'll make sure to cover it. Now, thank you guys for watching. I apologize if I sounded a little off during the latter half of this video. I got really sick while making this, so I really did try to have this out for you guys, as I do enjoy making these videos for you, and I am trying to make them better and better as I go on. So if you did manage to make it this far, thank you so much for watching, and tell me in the comments, are you excited for Bully? What do you think? What is your favorite Ye album? Just tell me. Anything helps in the comments. If you subscribe, if you watch this, give it a like, share it around. Thank you guys so much for watching.